What's good, everybody?
What up? What up?
We are back again with another episode of the No Hedging podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT.
I'm Ty the Jet, man.
And we are the Mighty No Hedging podcast duo. And we are here to, how do I put this?
Redeem ourselves.
Yeah, redeem ourselves. Also, bounce back after a very devastating week. Oh my God. I thought week 2 was actually week 1 of the NFL because that's the week where all these upsets supposed to come in.
It was awful.
But it was god awful.
But we're not alone. I'm pretty sure you guys out there.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of y'all
took some hits too.
Yeah,
we all got beat up a little bit.
Bring it on in. Got a hook for you. But make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe because this redemption is about to be beautiful, so you don't want to miss it. We got a lot of more exciting things coming your way. Like I said, last week was hard, and I know a lot of people had a hard time with even prop bets and things like that. But if you're having a hard time with that, how about you try Props Made Easy? That there is a nice software which you can use, give you a lot of analytics, compares different sports books, compares different sports lines. You ever look at that sports line and you be like, ooh, I think he's gonna go over, but seems like the number's kind of high. Props Made Easy or analyze that for you and be like, nah, bruh, that ain't gonna work. So yeah, man, y'all tap in. Make sure you click that link in our subscription and they'll get you signed right up. It's going to help. And I'm going to give y'all some more content exactly on how to use that along with your own personal knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
Because it's a lot of good content. And we're going to help you win. Because that's what we trying to do, win around here. And with that being said, though, just as a quick last reflection before we leave this in the past, what was your record from last week?
It was awful. It was I went 6-10. 6-10. It was a tough week. A lot of my heavy favorites got beat and lost. So, bad week 2, but we're gonna bounce back this week and we're gonna get this thing back on track.
Well, don't feel too bad, brother. I went 7-9. 7-9. Mine was bad. It was just a shade better than yours. I think we both won 11-5 week 1, but 7-9.
So what's that? Puts me at 17. 17
and 17 and 11.
Ouch.
And I'm at you had 17 and 15.
17 and 15.
Let
My
me try to
math
cheat. Cheat. 7-9 plus my 11. I'm at 18 and 14.
Okay.
So I'm just a shade ahead of you there on the grand totals. Wow. And I gotta keep my foot on your neck.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Time to bounce back. Let's go.
Well, I got a celebratory smoke because I am leaving that in the past, and I'm gonna do great. So let's get further on into the rundown. All right, man. First game on the slate, we have the New England Patriots versus the goddamn Jets.
The goddamn Jets.
The Jets are a whopping, get a load of this, 6.5-point favorite in this game at home. What say you about that, brother?
Being that it's Thursday night, prime time, it is a divisional game.
It is.
The New England Patriots, they have been playing very well, especially on the defensive side of the football. They've been playing pretty good. They've been competitive. They've been competing.
They have.
This is a divisional game.
They are.
The Jets, they struggled a little bit in the game versus the Titans. I expected them to dominate the Titans, but the Titans gave them some problems.
They did.
Titans gave him some problems. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's still trying to get back in rhythm, still trying to figure this thing out. Breece Hall, he had a good day. The backup running back had a good day as well. The rookie, the young boy, big dude. Big running back. Can't remember his name, but rookie making plays. Allen. But I think this week the Jets, they do win the game at home. And I think as far as them covering the spread, I don't like it. Give me the Jets to win and give me the Patriots to cover.
I'm in full agreement with you there, brother. I do not like the Jets to cover many point spreads, especially a large one. They did cover against the Tennessee Titans, but, I mean, Will Levis is out there doing questionable things on a regular basis. Coach was pissed off at him last game. So, I mean, I think, like you said, the Jets are trying to get in rhythm with that offense. It is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. He is a hellified quarterback, and, you know, the jury's still out on that with the Patriots, but they are playing better than expected. I will give them that credit. They did cover that 3.5 last week. I didn't expect them to win that game, but they did cover the spread on that game. So I'm pretty much in agreement with you. I just feel like the Jets offense isn't going to generate enough against that Patriots defense that can still be pretty tough and formidable. But I don't think the Patriots have enough firepower against a very tough Jets defense either. So I think the Jets win. I don't like them to cover that spread, though. 6.5 is a good pick.
Look at this. So you got the Patriots are 5th in rushing, and then on their 11th in defense, total defense. So, I mean, those two things right there, that shit travels on the road. Running the football and playing good defense.
Travels.
Yeah, so that's going to give them a good chance. And I like what I'm saying out of the Patriots. They're fighting. You know, they compete. They battle.
This NFL season is already off to a weird start. Never thought we would be starting this off in our conversations by saying, I like what I see from the Patriots.
Yeah. Especially with them having a win total of 4 or 5 to start the season.
Atrocious. But moving on to the next game on the slate, we have the Chicago Bears. Bear down. Versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 1-point favorite in the pick'em in this game at home. I'll pop it off on this one. I'll inherit the beef. The Bears came out there, especially late in the game. I'm not going to ring the alarm on Caleb yet, but, you know, he made some questionable passes and wasn't really getting the ball to DJ Moore, kind of overthrowing him, underthrowing him. It was just off. His rhythm was off. I don't know if the pressure started getting to him late in the game, all the hits he took during the game. But I will say he was tough. He kept getting back up. He took some strong hits, but he got right back up. So I do like that. This is a very winnable game for the Bears. Based on what I've seen and based on what the defense did and based on what the Colts did against a tough Packers defense last week, they really weren't able to generate much in terms of offensively. I didn't see them moving the ball, doing anything crazy. They started getting a little bit emotional in the second half, but with that being said, I think I'm going to go with the Bears in this pick'em. Like I said, it's a true pick'em just based on what we saw over these last couple games. But I think I'm going to go with the Bears just because their defense is so strong. Their defense is a lot stronger than the Colts. 8th ranked defense versus 31st ranked defense. Colts offense is playing better ish than the Bears, but I just feel like that Bears defense is going to be able to lock them up and give Caleb and some of those guys a chance. So I think we see a better game out of Romo Dunze. I think we see a better connection between Caleb and DJ Moore after, you know, having a horrendous time against the Texans on Sunday Night Football. So I'm going to roll with the Bears in this one, in this pick'em.
I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to take the Colts at home to win this game. Until I see more out of the Chicago Bears with running the football, I don't think they're going to be able to win as many games. The reason why Green Bay was able to win in Green Bay with a backup in Malik Willis was because of their ability to commit to the run game.
Yeah.
They ran the football with Josh Jacobs 32 times. He had 32 carries.
Yeah.
So that's what allowed them.
To tote that tater.
That's what helped them run the football. And on the flip side of that, Jonathan Taylor did make his appearance. He got into the end zone. He was running the football very well last week. I think the Indianapolis Colts, they bounced back on the offensive side of the football. The Bears defense is good, but you can't continue to put your defense in that position and keep them out on the field every single time, right? You have to be able to generate some offense. Your offense has to be able to control the clock, in which the Chicago Bears offense hasn't been able to do. And without Keenan Allen on the field, I feel like that's a safety blanket that's not there as well.
Right.
There hasn't been a lot of use with the tight ends like I expect. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Colts.
I need to see more out of Cole Kmet.
I'm taking the Colts.
And to your point, just piggybacking off of that, Anthony Richardson is also a part-time running back. So that's not gonna bode well for them if they can't stop the run very well.
But he is a turnover machine. 4 interceptions in 2 games against a good Bears defense.
I'm gonna stick with my pick, but yeah, I get it. I get exactly what you mean there. So we have the next game on the slate. We have the Denver Broncos country, up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a 7-point favorite in this game at home. So what say you about that one, brother?
Yeah, I'm riding high with Tampa Bay at home, coming off of a huge win on the road in Detroit. I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa in this one to win. I don't know if they cover, but I'm going to take Tampa to win this game. Bo Nick's still rookie quarterback. He threw a late pick in the end of the game.
That pick in the end zone?
Late pick.
Oh, boy, that was atrocious.
Yeah, rookie stuff. But, he's going against a very experienced team with the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa in this game right here to win this game. It's going to be an ugly game, I believe, but I think they do win it and win at home.
I'm gonna roll with you on Tampa Bay, but I disagree about it being ugly. I think it's just gonna be ugly for the Broncos. I think I understand why this point spread is at 7. The Broncos have not done anything much from last season that I didn't see, and they're already atrocious. You coming in with a new quarterback, and they mixing some things up. I get it, I respect it. However, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing pretty well. They beat a tough Detroit Lions team last week. They came out that first week, won their game. They got Chris Godwin cooking up over there. You still got Mike Evans, who's hella reliable. You generating some rushing. You generating a good pass offense. And to the credit of our guy Baker Mayfield, he's out there managing it pretty well. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception so far, but 5 touchdowns. He's doing what he's supposed to do. So I'm gonna roll with the Buccaneers on this one. I don't think it's gonna be a super close game. 7 is a high point spread. It's always kind of scary, but I do think the Broncos are not super good, and I do think the Buccaneers are very strong. So I'll roll with it.
Cool.
Next game on the slate, we have the Go Pack Go Green Bay Packers versus the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, surprisingly, are a 3-point favorite after 2 questionable outings.
I guess they saying that Will Levis win, not Will Levis, that Malik Willis win was a fluke.
They think it was a fluke?
It was a fraud.
They trying to call my boy a fraud. Yeah. But, I don't understand, because the Titans have yet to win a game this season. And the Packers they put up a battle against the Eagles in week 1. And then they turn around and won without their starting quarterback in week 2. And in my personal opinion, I don't feel like the Titans are a better team than the Colts. So it's pretty easy for me. I'm gonna go with the Packers in this one.
Oh, underdog alert! Underdog alert!
Yeah. I don't care what the point spread said. I'm going with the Packers in this one, big dog. They generated a run game, like you said. And what the hell are the Titans gonna do to stop them?
Well, the Titans supposedly have the best defense in the league right now.
Supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why they ain't winning?
Hey, quarterback.
Yeah, they got the best defense and 24th offense.
Yeah, the quarterback is the problem.
I mean, if you got a shaky quarterback, you got a questionable quarterback, it's going to create problems for the defense as well. Because, like you just said, when you talked about the Bears, you can't keep putting them on the field like that. You can't keep on putting them in compromising positions. It don't matter how good the defense is.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get tired if they have to sit there and play the whole game. Because you keep on getting 3 and outs or you keep on getting turnovers. That's not going to work. Give me the Packers. Jordan Love or not, give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on this one. I do like I like Green Bay's defense, even though the Titans have the best defense in the league right now, quote unquote.
I don't know where they got that from.
They have a quarterback issue, man. Their quarterback gives the ball to the other team in the most crucial moments, and until he fixes that problem, I'm not going to be able to pick the Titans. I'm just not. So
Coach was out there cussing this man out during the game.
But this is definitely one of those games where he gets it right. I guarantee you that's just how the shit works. That's just how it works. You know, and the Titans, they're pretty good at stopping the run. They've always been that type of team that stops the run. This one is going to be an ugly game too. But I do like, LaFleur over there at Green Bay. He had a good game plan against the Colts. Malik Willis with another week under his belt as a starter. I think that's going to help them, start throwing the ball a little bit more with him, get some more confidence to throw the ball with him. So I'm going to take the Packers. I agree with you.
And I do feel like the Packers' defense is better than 27th. That's what they're ranked right now on paper, but I feel like they just play better than that as far as the defense goes. So I'm going to roll with them.
Mm-hmm.
Next game on the slate, we have the Houston Texans.
It's a good game right here.
That is. Versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
The Houston Texans are a 2.5-point favorite on the road in this game. What say you about it?
I like the Texans, man. I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans. Even though the Vikings have been playing very well. Vikings beat the 49ers. Week 1, they beat the Giants. That's really nothing to sneeze at. But the 49ers without, Christian McCaffrey, they can get got now. They can get got. So, and their 49ers defense didn't look that great against the Vikings. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the Texans in this game right here. Obviously, C.J. Stroud, if you guys been on the channel, you guys know I'm a big C.J. Stroud believer. I'm a believer in C.J. Stroud. So,
CJ we trust.
In C.J. we trust. I just think the Texans, they are a solidified. They're a good team all around. Yeah. All around, they got all the pieces. They have depth on both sides of the football. They can play physical. They can play aggressive when need to. They can dial up blitzes when they need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Texans on this one to win this game on the road. I just think they're a better team, but it's gonna be one of those games that's gonna be a very close game for sure.
Yeah, I understand the 2.5 points for sure. One of these teams, they can't stay undefeated forever, so somebody's going to have to lose this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll with the Texans as well. The Texans have a top 10 offense. They have a top 5 defense. Now, to the credit of the Minnesota Vikings, their offense has been playing pretty well with our boy.
Sam Darnold.
Through a 97-yard bang on
Jay Jettis
to Jets. Jets caught that joint halfway down the field and made a play after that and got you about 47 more yards.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to slouch at. I don't think the Texans are going to be able to just run over the Vikings at all. I just feel like the scariest part, as I mentioned in our show takeaways, the scariest part about the Houston Texans is Nico Collins went off last game. But they got 2 other receivers who can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard when you're playing defense against that because you bracketing Nico Collins because he went off last games. Oh, Stephon Diggs, he's a route running technician. Now he's open. You got Tank Dell who can take the top off quick. They use him in a lot of screens. They run him on. They do some end around wide receiver plays to him. They utilize him and they moving them all over the offense. So. And you got a guy like C.J. Stroud who can make every pass. He made some passes on the run. He made some passes in the pocket. He scrambled out. C.J. is doing whatever you need him to do. So he definitely played like an MVP.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you like this. What makes Houston even scarier is the addition of Joe Mixon because they're able to run the football effectively. They're 10th in rushing right now. So they're top 10 running the ball. So that opens up the pass game. That opens up the intermediate game. That opens up the deep pass play action game. So that's where you get your Nico Collins and your Stephon Diggs and all that down the field. So that's very, very scary because they can do both. They can run the football aggressive. They can run the football, control the clock.
The Vikings can run that ball too, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
They got Aaron Jones and Chandler is back up too. They both not got in the end zone, and that definitely opens up when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson. Now, I don't know the status of Jordan Addison quite yet, but if he's on the field too, that's just going to make it worse because that's another deep passing threat that you got to worry about. So this Vikings team is still looking very good with Sam Darnold. Did not expect them to be 2-0 so far, but I think this game in particular is the game where they kind of come back down to earth just a little bit and end up losing this one.
Agreed.
Next game on the slate, we have two very surprisingly undefeated teams right here in another good game. We have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. The Steelers are a 1.5 point favorite in this game at home. Okay.
Talk about it, Chargers fan.
You know I like to bolt up around here, man. You know I love my Chargers. That's my home away from home. Love the whole city of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. I understand why the Steelers are the favorite in this game.
Because they're at home.
They're at home.
That's it. You're at home, you get 3 points.
You're at home, you get an additional 3 points.
Automatic. Yeah.
But they also got a top 5 defense, though. Mm-hmm. So let's be clear about that. Their defense has been cooking. TJ Watt is a monster. However, I'm going to roll with the Chargers on this game. Not being a biased Chargers fan by picking them, I'm going to roll with the Chargers because of the simple fact of this. TJ Watt cooks. Mm-hmm. However, Control-Alt-Delete over there been doing his thing. He's a
problem. Joe Alt is a problem.
He's been blocking.
Yeah.
Serious blocking. And that was something that Justin Herbert did not have. So even though he does not have the greatest wide receiving core, he has more time for those guys to get open. Mm-hmm. And then J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards.
Reincarnated.
They've been generating some great rushing over there.
They're second in rushing.
Jim Harbaugh likes to run the ball. And he has some strong, tough running backs to do it with, and it's going to open up the passing game. You have wide receivers that aren't necessarily the greatest, but you have some decent wide receivers, and you have a very good quarterback. And the other thing is the Steelers' offense has scored 1 touchdown in 2 weeks. You're going to have to put up some touchdowns against some of these teams now. Mm-hmm. You can't win every game off of field goals.
Yeah.
So I think this is a game Jim Harbaugh going to come out there, run the ball. He's going to generate something, open up that pass, and somebody's going to be open, and they're going to get in the end zone. It might not be a very high-scoring game, and I do understand the fact of it being 1.5, but I think it's 1.5 just because the defenses are playing pretty good right now, and the Pittsburgh Steelers don't put up a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, bro. I think the Chargers win this one. And it's the simple fact that the Pittsburgh's offense is still the same like it was last year. There's no offense there, and I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Still, man.
They don't. It just is not there. They don't pass the ball well. They don't run the ball as great as we expect Pittsburgh to run the ball. You got to score points in this league, and I think the Chargers are going to come in there. They have the better quarterback by far, right? I don't care if you put Russell Wilson out there or Justin Fields. You can put them both out there, and Justin Herbert is still better than them both. So
exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and give the edge to the Chargers. I think they're gonna go ahead and take this win on the road and improve to 3-0.
3-0. Chargers going 3-0. I ain't heard that in a while.
Yep, 3-0.
Haven't heard that in a while.
3-0. It's gonna be ugly though.
I think LaDainian might have been on the team last time I heard that. Mm-hmm. Next game on the slate, we have the New York Football Giants versus the Cleveland Brownies.
Jokes.
He said they jokes. The Browns are a whopping 6.5 point favorite in this game. Now these are your Giants, so let's hear from you. What do you have to say about that?
There's nothing to say about the New York Giants.
What you mean, bro?
They blew it against the Washington Commanders. Like how? Out of all the teams that you can beat, that's one of them, and you still didn't do it. But I will say this: Daniel Jones did come out playing a little bit better than he did in the week prior.
Okay.
He wasn't afraid to release the ball. And guess who got a lot of targets? Malik Neighbors. There was a Malik Neighbors sighting.
Yeah.
Week 2. He had about 10 catches, 100 and something yards, and a touchdown.
Okay.
He did drop a ball on 4th down. And the reason why a lot of people are saying the Giants lost is because our kicker got injured and we didn't have a backup. So we had to go for it on 4th down. Couldn't kick field goals because we didn't have nobody to kick the field goal. So that was the last week. This week, we're playing a defense in Cleveland that is relentless, and our offense is not going to do anything to scare them or do anything to disrupt them because that's just not what we do.
Because they can't.
Because we can't. Our offensive line isn't equipped for that. Our run game isn't equipped for that. We are bottom in everything, in every stat. 26th in offense, 26th in defense, 24th in rushing and passing, and 22nd in rushing. There's nothing. We're a bad team. So Cleveland, they're gonna get this dub, man.
I gotta agree with you. Deshaun Watson hasn't been passing for no ton of touchdowns. He got more interceptions than he got tutties. However, he's gonna get 3 touchdowns against. However, there's a guy on the other side. There's a dude,
Daniel,
bro, Mr. Garrett. I think they're gonna have a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones, man. You're gonna be in Daniel Jones' face a lot.
Cleveland is a good defense, man.
That defense is good. That defense is legit.
Yeah, like a good linebacker. They're good across the board.
Yeah, and with that being said, I just think the defense is going to generate too much pressure for a struggling offense. Daniel Jones is still suspect.
Giants fans, be prepared to be watching the game in pain.
It's going to hurt a little bit.
Once again.
It's going to hurt a little bit to watch, but hey. It is what it is, you know. All right, so next game on the slate, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New Orleans Saints.
The hot Saints.
Red hot.
Red hot Saints.
I'll call y'all the Saints this week. I ain't going to even call y'all the Aints the way y'all played. Mm-hmm. The Saints are a 2.5 point favorite at home. Now, the sports books are buying into the Saints now.
As they should.
What say you about that?
What say me? I'm gonna say this. Philadelphia's coming off of a short week. They just played on
Monday night.
Monday. So they got a short week.
A little short.
And what I've been seeing out of New Orleans is the same thing that Atlanta did to Philadelphia. They ran the ball on them and they threw the ball on them. Effectively.
Yeah.
So, you know, with those two things, until I can see Philadelphia stop the run, you know, the way that the Saints did the Dallas Cowboys, I think they might do the same thing to the Philadelphia Eagles. No A.J. Brown, that's a problem. That throws off their whole offense.
Yeah, it is. Devontae Smith made some plays, but it's not.
He's the only one out there.
It's not.
He's the only one out there. So with the absence of A.J. Brown, Philly is not looking as powerful or as electric on offense, and then on defense, you can drive a truck through those holes. They can't stop a nosebleed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the edge to the New Orleans Saints in this game, man. At the Superdome, Philadelphia's gonna come in there on a short week. Might be a little bit overwhelmed. They need to bounce back this week, but I don't think they do.
As much as it pains me to say it, I think I gotta agree with you. And the main reason for that are a lot of things that you just mentioned, but I mean, Alvin Kamara went bonkers against the Cowboys, and they're supposed to be a good defense.
The Eagles are 30th in defense.
That is crazy. Woo. But Alvin Kamara went bonkers against a defense that was not playing well. And if you come out there playing defense like you did against the Falcons, especially late in the game in particular, you can't give Derek Carr that much room. And then you got Rashid Shaheed. I'm going to be looking at his props to see what his yards are because he's...
Props made easy.
Props made easy. He has like the third most 50-yard plays.
Touchdown receptions
or something like that. In the league. And I'm like, that's crazy. But he takes the top off a lot. And if the defense is going to be playing like that, they're going to give us some big passing plays. Darnell Mooney had a 42-yarder against that Eagles defense.
Yeah, especially with no pass rush. They had no pass rush. They didn't have no gap control, none of that.
And based on how they've been running, the offensive line is giving Alvin Kamara some room to run. And I don't see the Eagles doing much to stop them.
And the Saints defense has been turning the ball over. They've been getting those takeaways.
Yeah.
They've been getting them.
Pains me to say it, but
the Honey Badger been playing.
Pains me to say it, but they actually look really good right now.
Shout out to the Honey Badger, man. I'm a big fan. He posted on his social media, I was born to play DB.
Look like it, brother. So next game on the slate, getting into those 4:00 games, we have the phenomenal and sensational Carolina Panthers versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
The Raiders are a 5.5-point favorite in this game at home. Pretty much a no-brainer for me. Rolling with Vegas on this one. I'm not picking Carolina. You just benched Bryce Young. I do think having who they got coming after him?
Andy the
Dalton.
Red Rifle Dalton.
I'm not putting that much faith in Andy Dalton yet. I'm gonna go with the Raiders in this one just because I do like what the Raiders do over there, man. They play intense. They play strong. I like what they got in terms of coaching. Mad Max showed up and kept on hitting Lamar Jackson. He kept on touching him. He gonna put some hands on you. And I don't see much different happening for the Carolina Panthers in this game. So I look for the Raiders to win this game. I don't see much out of the Panthers to be able to stop them from doing whatever the hell they want to do. Devontae Adams about to cook.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Raiders do win the game, but I don't think they cover the 5.5. I think with Andy the Red Rifle Dalton coming in the game to spell Bryce Young, the young Bryce Young, the old experienced Andy Red Rifle Dalton. Andy Dalton has got so many years in the league and experience. He played for Cincinnati, went down to
he has like
Dallas.
97 years experience.
Bro, he's a good backup, legit quarterback in the league. I think that they do make this game competitive. I do think they do make this game competitive because Bryce Young, him getting benched is definitely the move that needed to be made because over the last, 18 games he done played, he's looking like a boy amongst men, literally, out there on that field, bro.
Yeah.
He's not making the right reads, not letting the ball go. He looks crazy, just throwing it to the other team.
0 touchdowns.
Awful, bro. Awful. 55% completion percent. It's not good. So I think Andy Dalton brings a little bit more experience and to the offense. Knows how to get the check downs, knows who to throw the ball to, knows the reads, right? Knows how to release the football. So I'm gonna take the Vegas Raiders to win, but I'm gonna take the Carolina Panthers to cover, bro. Best bet alert.
Best bet alert. Hey man, your boy Brock Bowers been looking pretty good too. I'm gonna look at his prop. I'm gonna look at his props.
I should have started him. I would have won.
Yeah,
if I would have started him and somebody else, I would have won.
Yeah, you would have. Fantasy, man.
Yeah.
Tough.
He's
tough.
I'm about to start him.
He gonna get some burn. I was gonna ask you about trading somebody, but
You get Kincaid.
hell no. Next game on the slate, we have the Miami Dolphins versus the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 4.5-point favorite in this game after the Dolphins suffered another devastating concussion from Tua Tagovailoa. What say you about this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the edge to the Seattle Seahawks. They got what's the backup quarterback over there? I can't remember his name for Miami, but he
Is
played.
it Brissett?
Nah,
No. Brissett is in New England. I'm tripping.
I can't remember his name. Skylar Thompson, I think it is.
Yeah,
Skylar Thompson or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna give the edge to the Seattle Seahawks, man. They coming back home. I do like the Seattle's defense. Obviously, we all know that they have the Ravens former defensive coordinator. Yeah, they rank 6th in passing, 6th in defense. No Tua, no Dub. I'm looking at it like that.
No Tua, no
when Skylar Thompson came in there, it wasn't that great anyway. So I'm gonna just, until I see more out of him.
Tua, to be fair, Tua threw a gang of interceptions before he got hurt.
He did. He was awful.
He looked bad before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So let's be clear that they were going to lose that game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure, they lost that joint in the first half.
Early, yeah.
So bringing in Skylar, I don't know if he'll be much worse than that performance. But I just feel like DK Metcalf had a hellified game this past week. Went off, had a lot of good receiving yards for them.
Touchdown, yeah.
Geno, Jackson Smith and Jigba has been getting yards too.
That's who it was. I should have started him and Brock.
And Brock would have won you that fantasy game.
Yeah.
I needed you to win that game too. but I just feel like they have enough firepower on both sides of the football. They're doing enough. Even when Kenneth Walker was out,
Chardonnay.
They still generating offense. They still moving the ball. They're still doing enough on defense to make plays. And I just feel like a banged up Dolphins team, they were number one in passing, but I don't expect that out of Thompson. They have dynamic running backs, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're ranked 20th in rushing. However, a guy like Devon Achane is going to break loose. I think Mostert is out. He's still out. But they have dynamic running backs, and you got guys with just pure speed, like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle also being a fast wide receiver. So they have weapons, that can generate offense. It's just against the Bills that I didn't see it.
They just didn't have it, and their defense
looked like it wasn't there.
Their defense wasn't that good either that game. So I got to see more out of Miami.
No, for sure. So yeah, we're rolling with the Seattle Seahawks on that one. Next game on the slate.
It's a good matchup right here.
It's a good matchup between two teams that are not starting off how we expected them to start.
Right.
We have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Ravens are a 1.5 point favorite on the road in this game. What say you about that, brother?
Yeah, so this is right here. The Ravens defense is going to be the question for me in this game because I still haven't seen them dominate like we're used to seeing them. As well as the Cowboys. The Cowboys defense is going to be the question in this game as well because they didn't dominate. They got dominated by the Saints last week. So
put out an APB on them boys.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson playing anybody in the NFC, there's a stat out there that he's like 18-1 or something like that against NFC teams or something crazy like that. So, they don't see him that often, and when they do, they lose.
And you talking about during the regular season? Right?
Regular season, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't played them in the.
He done lost the gang of times to
No,
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's not the NFC though. It's AFC.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give the edge. I'm gonna give the edge to the Ravens. I think the Ravens win this game in Dallas, just because it's Lamar Jackson. They lost. They both got humiliated last week.
They did.
But I'm gonna give the edge to the Ravens. I think the Ravens have a better offense, but at the same token, I think that Dallas defense steps up too, man. I think they rebound off of last week and cause some fits for Lamar.
I think they play better than they played last week, but that's not saying much because they didn't do nothing.
You know what? I change it. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go Dallas.
Ooh, hot take.
I'm taking Dallas.
You change it. What made you
taking
change it? You just
Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons?
Yeah. Lamar getting blitz he does not do well getting blitz. He does not do well getting attacked by pressure. He does not do well. So I'm taking Dallas. I think Dallas rebounds and bounces back on defense this week. And then, like I said, that Ravens defense isn't as good as I'm used to it being. So with
They're middle of the pack right now.
Yeah, so with that being said, I mean, their defense is like, I expect Dallas to do some things this week.
I'm going to still roll with the Ravens on this one because the Dallas defense and offense has been like, and there's been a couple times where it's just been bad. So I'm going to roll with the Ravens. I just feel like Lamar Jackson is still going to get some passes off. He got enough weapons on offense to be able to generate some movement on there. And then his rushing ability paired with Derrick Henry, who I agree with you from what you said in takeaways that they need to run Derrick Henry some more. But I just feel like they have enough firepower within their offense versus the Dallas defense that has been suspect at best.
Just last week. But that wasn't I don't know. We're going to see how good they are, both the Saints and Dallas. But I just feel like I saw some things that I didn't like. And I feel like if you put another dynamic offense against that defense, it's going to be a problem. They dominated against the Browns, but the Browns' offense is suspect. Mm-hmm.
So you put a good offense out there, I don't think they're going to be dominant. I'm going to roll with the Ravens in this one. I understand why it's a very close game. And like you said, they're giving 3 points at home anyway. But I just feel like the Ravens going to bounce back on this one after suffering a loss to the Raiders that they do not feel like they should have lost that game.
That's a game of the week right there.
For sure. Next game on the slate, we have another interesting game before you say that's game of the week. We have the Detroit Lions versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Lions are a 2.5-point favorite on the road against a pretty hot Cardinals team. What say you?
I think the Lions rebound on this game here, man. The Cardinals, they pummeled the beat up Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams were beat up. They pummeled them. They did compete against a new Bills team that we never seen before. They competed, but they didn't finish. The only edge that I think the Cardinals have is, offensively when it comes to, the wide receivers in the secondary with, their offense. But I think the Detroit Lions is going to, bounce back. They're going to dominate. Their offense is going to click, and they're going to do what they need to do to get the dub. I mean, that loss against Tampa Bay, that was unbecoming of Detroit. Yes, I do like the Cardinals, but I don't like them in this spot. I think this Detroit defense is going to cause fits, and I think this is a good spot for the Cardinals to prove or to show that they legit, that they can compete. But I think the Lions, they take care of business in this game right here. Bounce back.
D-Town, Detroit, I love you. But I got to go with the Cardinals. The Cardinals...
I like the Cardinals, boy.
The Cardinals... Marvin Harrison cooked, right? He showed up, he cooked. You still got Trey McBride over there at tight end doing some things. You still got James Conner, who I like a lot as a running back. And Kyler Murray's scrambling ability and ability to extend the play, more importantly, is going to be vital and key in this game because the secondary of the Detroit Lions is still a little suspect, still problematic over there. Yes, Aiden Hutchinson, he gets in the back of the field. He generates some pressure. He gets after the quarterback. But the problem is when Kyler Murray scrambles out of the pocket, he becomes probably more dangerous than he was in the pocket.
Yeah.
And like I said, his ability to extend the plays is going to be a problem for that secondary that already has a hard time covering people. And if Marvin Harrison can do something like what he did last week, it's a big problem. So I'm gonna roll with AZ at home in this game. Now, if they were in Detroit and it was going crazy, the energy might be a little bit different. I might roll with Detroit on that one. But I'm gonna take the Cardinals in this home game here, and I need Detroit's defense to kind of show me a little bit more in that secondary for me to feel more comfortable with somebody with like a crazy passing attack.
I mean, 14th ranked in the middle of the pack. So they get it done.
They mid at best.
Mid at best.
So passing they good, rushing they good. Their offense is good, but that defense, man, they giving up some yards. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be a problem, man. Next game on the slate, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Los Angeles Rams.
The banged up 49ers.
Banged up 49ers and the banged up Rams.
Yeah.
Playing each other. Now, this is a division game, so I expect this to be a tough matchup. I expect them to battle some and, fight and figure it out. The Rams haven't won a game yet, and honestly, I don't know if this will be the game that they win. I'm going to roll with the San Francisco 49ers on a bounce-back win. Yeah. Jordan Mason is still – he played very well in that first game, and against a banged-up team, I think he still has the ability to get off and do well. No Debo, which is usually not very good for the San Francisco 49ers historically. But the only reason I'm going to roll with him on this is because the other team is also very banged up.
Yeah.
So they still got George Kittle. They still got Brandon Ayuk. Jordan Mason has been good. And Brock Purdy is still legit manager. Through 2 games, the man has 550 yards passing. Mm-hmm. 2 games, 550 yards. He's still putting up numbers. So I'm going to roll with him. Last time they played each other, the Rams escaped them with a 1-point victory, but I just feel like the injuries are going to be too much. And I don't know what the hell they're doing with Kyron Williams over there. Like, I don't get it. So, I'm going to roll with the Niners.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Niners. The Niners is just the Rams are they depleted. No Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua. I mean, if they want to win this game, it's going to have to be sloppy. They're going to have to run the ball a lot.
They're going to have to use Kyron.
Yeah, they're going to have to run the ball a lot. I mean, there's nobody out there for them to throw the rock to, so I'm taking the Niners. I don't like the spread, but I'll take the Niners.
That is a lot of points. They too banged up for this 7-point spread, so I don't love the points in this game either. So I'm definitely in agreement with you on that, but I think the Niners figure out a way to win for sure. Next game. Waiting all day for Sunday night. We have the reigning back-to-back champ Kansas City Chiefs on the road versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite in this game. I'll say this. The Falcons, they managed to pull it together. They looked a lot better in the second game than they did in that first game. I will say that. To Kirk Cousins' credit, he did not play like he was still injured in the second game. To the Lions' credit, they blocked a little better for him. They opened up some run lanes. However, you talking to this 2-time back-to-back defending champ Chiefs. My bad. How many championships they got now? 3, 4? 4. They got a gang of them. Yeah. Back-to-back champ Chiefs. They've been finding ways to win this game, whether it's by a toe or by one call or a kick or something. But they've been finding a way, tooth and nail, to win this game. Betting against Patrick Mahomes is never usually very favorable.
It's not a good bet. It's not a good bet.
And I had already said I thought the Falcons was going to lose to the Eagles and the Chiefs. They end up beating the Eagles, but I don't know about that happening to the Chiefs. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs to win this game. 3.5 though. Based on how the Chiefs been scraping out of these games, I don't love 3.5 because they've been scraping out of these games. They've been winning by 1, a toenail, whatever. So I don't love 3.5. especially with what I saw out of the Falcons offense this last game. So I'll say that.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to get that same defense Atlanta's not going to get the same defense that they got from Philadelphia from Kansas City.
Hell no.
You got my boy Spags back there dialing it up. He's going to bring pressure. Beep, 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 beep. Dialing it up, dialing up that pressure. And he's going to find ways to make Kirk Cousins uncomfortable and get to him, unlike what Philadelphia didn't do. They weren't able to get to Kirk Cousins. They weren't able to make him uncomfortable. So he was sitting back there, especially the last 2 minutes of the game, driving down the field. That's not going to happen against the Chiefs. You got Patrick Mahomes, man. You can't bet against them. It's a primetime football game. You think Pat going down on primetime? I don't think so. But kudos to the Falcons. They ran the football very well against Philadelphia.
Yes,
but, that they got to keep that up if they want an opportunity to win.
Right. But we're middle of the pack right now in terms of where we standing after these first two games. I mean, 18th offense, 17th defense, 20th passing attack, 17th rushing attack for the Falcons. So, I mean, pretty much mid right now. And they're a 500 team right now. So, I mean, it reflects in their record. And this is just not the team that you can be mid against. To be honest, they just they're not with it. So I think the Falcons are gonna have a little bit of trouble in this one. But we're gonna see how they hold up, man. Now, going to the last two games on the slate, we have good old M&F. We have a doubleheader for Monday Night Football coming up. At 7:30, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are a 5.5-point favorite at home in this game. What say you about the first game of the doubleheader?
Well, Jacksonville is trash. I mean, let's start by saying that. Trevor Lawrence just got paid.
Shout out Tim. Shout out Roulette Master.
Trevor Lawrence got paid, and he's showing why that was a bad decision. Hasn't been playing very well. And Buffalo, they've been on break for 10 days. They've been resting.
Yeah.
So they got full rest. I think Buffalo comes in and handles business. I think Buffalo wins the game. I think the way that Buffalo has been playing now is, they're spreading the football out. They're running the freaking football, which everybody's been calling for years.
Right.
So Josh Allen doesn't kill himself out there. So they're running the football very well. James Cook is going off. The defense is playing exceptionally well than expectation. Getting turnovers. Granted that was Tua in Miami, but they were able to force some turnovers and takeaways. Yeah, which helped
put them boys under duress, man.
Josh Allen threw for under 200 yards. That's very rare to see, and they were able to win by 15, 20 points or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the edge to the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills go ahead and take care of business at home and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Okay. Bills Mafia, what up?
I'm going to roll with Bills Mafia on this one too, man. I agree with you. Despite, the Bills not generating huge numbers in terms of passing yards, they still been so good with the running attack. I think that it's been okay. They don't necessarily need it. And the Jacksonville Jaguars aren't doing enough to be able to really stop you. So for me, 20-second offense, 20-second defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their passing attack is 25th. Rushing is mid. So I don't see enough out of the Jacksonville Jaguars thus far for me to go and roll with them. I'm going to roll with.
I do like their rookie, though, the receiver. I mean,
he's a bright spot.
Yeah, what's his name?
He's a bright
Thomas,
spot.
Yeah, I do like the rookie.
He's a bright spot thus far. But, I mean, you got Gabe Davis on the other side, but I don't know. I ain't seen enough.
Welcome back home, Gabe.
Was that last time they beat them? Was that when they went to London? They beat the Bills in London, maybe? Probably. I can't remember. But they did. The Jacksonville Jaguars did beat the Bills, but I think that was a London game or something. I can't recall. But anyway, rolling with the Bills on this one. 5.5, maybe. It's not bad. Next game on the slate, we have the Washington Commanders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are a 7.5-point favorite in this game. Bengals back at home, coming off of a game where they probably should have won.
They feel like they should have won.
They definitely feel like they should have won. Mm-hmm. Washington Commanders pulled off a win. The problem is the Washington Commanders pulled off a win against a bad Giants team. So I did not see.
They barely pulled it off.
And they barely pulled that off. So I didn't see enough out of the Washington Commanders for me to sit up here and say that they'll be better than a winless Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna roll with the nasty natty on this one. 7.5 points is a good amount of points.
That's a lot.
But Washington defense is still bad. And Cincinnati got Joe Burrow. They still got Jamar Chase, probably a little disgruntled. They was beefing a little bit on the field. But I think those two still have enough firepower for me to say, yeah, the Bengals going to beat it.
Yeah, go Bungles. The Bungles going to get the dub. I don't like the spread, but I think the Bungles going to get it. They're going to bounce back off of that loss in Kansas City, coming back at home, primetime game. They're going to show out, man. That's just what it is. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right. Gotcha. I'm with you, brother. All right, man. So we done gave you the whole slate. You know what I'm saying? Ran it down for you. Talked about everybody. But these folks still need to know, what are your best bets?
Brought to you by Props Made Easy. So my best bets this week. Last week I went 1-2.
I did too.
Wasn't good. So right now we're 3-3 on the season so far. We're at 500, but we're making our way. So this week I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. Andy, the Red Rifle Dalton, coming in for Bryce Young, playing the Las Vegas Raiders on the road.
I said best bets now.
Plus 5.5. I'm taking the points. Give me the Carolina Panthers plus 5.5.
Okay.
Some might think I'm crazy, but I think that's a good play.
The Bears did cover 6.5 last week against the Texans.
The next one, I am taking the Cleveland Browns at home versus the New York Giants, minus 6.5. They win by a touchdown or more. They're going to win by 10 or better. That defense is going to be a little bit too much for Daniel Jones, and I'm looking to cash that one in for sure. And my last best bet is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs Monday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons. Don't bet against Mahomes, bet with Mahomes. Minus 3.5. No Pacheco. We understand that, but I think Andy Reid and the Chiefs are going to adjust and make things happen. Might be a little bit of heavy doses of Travis Kelce. We might have a Travis Kelce sighting. Haven't seen him all season, so we might see him.
Ain't seen that boy in a minute.
Yeah, so I got the Carolina Panthers plus 5.5, Kansas City Chiefs minus 3.5, and the Cleveland Browns minus 6.5. Those are my best bets. Brought to you by Props Made Easy.
Okay. I mean, it's only one of those. I'm a little, I don't know, but I do like them though. I will say my best bets for this week. My top one, I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Denver Broncos. It's a 7-point spread. I don't generally like a high point spread, but I just feel like the Broncos are not that good. And I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a solid team. Playing against a bad team, I can see them winning that. So give me that one. The next one I'm going to take are the Seattle Seahawks versus the Miami Dolphins. The Seahawks are a 4.5-point favorite to win that game. I think the Dolphins are banged up. Backup quarterback out there. One of the running backs out. They are still a very dynamic offense, but I don't know about that without your quarterback and just being banged up on the road in Seattle. It's not a good mix. I don't like it. And the last one I'm going to take is the Buffalo Bills over the Jacksonville Jaguars by 5.5. The Bills have been a a lot better than a lot of us thought because we just didn't know what to expect out of this new look Bills. But I think they are cooking over there, and I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are not even simmering. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to roll with those three. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Broncos. Give me the Seattle Seahawks over the Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills over the Jacksonville Jaguars. But, one last thing. These folks still got to know. What is your dog of the week?
There's a few I like.
It is a few I was barking to me.
But I'm going to go ahead and take the Green Bay Packers on the road in Tennessee to take care of business.
I like that one a
Tennessee
lot.
is under fire. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Green Bay Packers. I think they're a better team. The quarterback position might just be a plug-and-play situation, you know. But I'm taking the Green Bay. Go Pack, go.
I like that one a lot. I kind of wanted to take that one myself. It leaves two that I was sitting here teetering in my mind, weighing against. I was thinking about the Cardinals, but I'm going to roll with my Los Angeles Chargers.
Bolt up,
man. I think they playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That offense is still an APB out on it. Mm-hmm. The defense has been phenomenal and sensational and holding them down, but I do think Jim Harbaugh is going to come up with a nice plan, nice scheme, something for us to do. And I don't see that Pittsburgh Steelers offense generating that much against a Chargers defense that has been playing pretty well themselves. So with that being said, bolt up, man. Give me a win. Give me a dub. Y'all a dog this week. Show them they was wrong. Give me them Chargers. All right, man. So that's the whole slate. That's everything. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe.
Do that.
Talk to us, talk back, man. We need to know them bets. We need to see them slips. Somebody talk to us. Let us know what you putting on the table, brother. Mm-hmm. And we gonna be right back for another one, man. And until then, parlays, making money line plays. We need these bets to cash after a bad week because we got to run up a bag. And we will see y'all on the next one.
Peace.
And all this shit so hard to put you on verses to take your shit off. All this capping and rapping, man, how this shit happen? Oh, it was money that made niggas funny. Them cloudy ass diamonds.